Because I can control the weather, they call me Storm. Storm, mistress of the elements, commands you to release that child.
Right now for the speech, sugar.
Swirl, mighty winds, and carry us to Jean. Wind and water, whirl and rage. Nature, I command you, bring forth thunder and lightning. I summon the full power of the storm. Cool their order. Wind, heed my command. I summon the cold of the Arctic winds. You will see them as well as the mist rises.
What can we do? He's impervious to our weapons.
He has not yet felt the force of the elements. Hail! Fill the skies with rocks of ice.
Increase the cold. Maybe we can crack the superstructure.
From the ends of the earth, send limitless cold upon him.
Kolo, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honor to the men that gave their life for this truth. The day in Yahushai shall rise first. Double honor to the elders, a great millstone that taught us the truth, that taught me the truth. Honor to you brothers out there teaching, to the house of David, the 144,000, the church of the saints, men, women, and children that consist of the elect. Basically, we want to go into the comic books, read the Lord's work, go into the spiritual power. We went into Flash, we went into Spawn, and meditating on this, man. Basically, this character over here is Storm, it's a Marvel character. It came out in the 70s, and basically, it's really the Most High, man. See, but in the comic book world, they never give the Most High props. Like in the comic books, she has white woolly hair, and she's a black woman, right? And she controls the storm and the tempest, which in the Bible tells you the Most High God, he has a white woolly hair and he has a white garment. You know, there's even pictures of her with a white garment. She always showed herself with a white garment on. These devils know, man. They know the Most High controls the elements. So in the scriptures, the Most High is a black man, Yahweh, and his son Yahushai. All right? When Yahushai walked the earth 2,000 years ago, you would call him a black man. And he had white woolly hair. But in the Bible, it tells you God himself, Yahweh, he has a white garment and he has a white afro. And he controls the elements and the storms. We're going to bring that up. But basically, this character, his name is Aurora Monroe, right? And Aurora Monroe, when you look up Aurora, it means beauty, you know. And it's a name that they give to males and females, showing you these comic book characters like Stan Lee, so-called Jew. They know the truth. Like even with Storm and Ghost Rider and Spawn, they'll make deals with Satan, right? And then ultimately, then exiting the Most High, they'll make deals with Satan, and then Satan will basically they'll do the bidding of Satan's work on earth. And it'll actually be good works. They'll kill drug dealers, they'll kill witches and warlocks like Spawn. Spawn was for the poor, was for the lowly. Ghost Rider actually killed demons that was on earth. But you see in the scriptures, Job 1st and 2nd chapter, Satan don't do anything. Satan does what Yahushua tells him to do. But we're going to bring on the scriptures. And it's heavy because Aurora Monroe, this character Storm, she was actually, she was from Harlem. And I believe her family moved to Egypt, right? And her family got, I think there was a plane crash or something in the Arab-Israeli war or whatever. And basically she had a journey from Egypt to the Sahara. And guess where she ended up in? Paradise. Now Israel was in what? What's paradise? Garden of Eden, man. Israel, the mother of us all. So on her way she went from Egypt to Sahara, man. And then she went into what they call paradise, which that's what the Garden of Eden means, paradise. And that's what we're doing right now. The Lord's going to deliver the children of Israel. That's the spirit, Mount Sinai. He's going to deliver us, right, out of this Egypt. And we're going to go into the promised land, Israel. And she was supposedly from Kenya. Showing these devils know, but they disrespect the Most High by doing that. They ain't gonna show in the comic book characters that the Most High is a black man. They're going to show as a woman, putting that woman vibration. They ain't going to give, in the comic book world, they're not going to give props to Yahweh Yahushai. They're going to give it to Satan. Satan don't do a fucking thing, man. Satan does what Yahweh Yahushai tells him to do on the left-hand side. And we in the time of Halloween. So these devils, the reason why these comic books and the spiritual powers coming out, because these devils, they're doing this shit on the left-hand side. But the Most High is going to give the power to the priests on the right-hand side to manipulate the elements, like the angels. Give me that, brother, in Exodus 19:16.
Exodus 19, verse 16.
Come on.
And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount.
Thunders and lightnings and thick cloud. The elements, man. Like storm, this character storm. Now, this is when the children of Israel were supposed to sanctify themselves 3 days to talk to the Lord. Go ahead.
And the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled.
All the people that was in the camp trembled. That's how the Most High talks. When you see these earthquakes and all that, that's the Most High. That's Yahweh Yahushai. We're going to bring that out in the scripture. Keep going.
And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God. And they stood at the nether part of the mountain. Mount.
Keep going.
And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke.
So altogether on the smoke. Now lightning and fire is what? Concentrated fire. Lightning is concentrated fire. Lightning hits a tree, it'll start a fire. So lightning, all the elements, fire, water, wind, the elements, go ahead.
Because the Lord descended upon it in fire.
He descended upon it on fire, go ahead.
And the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace. And the whole mount quaked greatly.
Quaked greatly because of the Most High's power, man. This is the power that we're dealing with, man. Go ahead.
And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and Yahweh answered him by a voice.
Now that's how the Most High speaks, man. Now jump down to 20 and 18. Go to 20 and 18. Exodus 20 and 18. Good shot. Hey, that goes to show you, man, the Most High is no joke. The Most High is all powerful, man. Allah shout you the terrible demon-like power. When the Most High talks to you, shit shakes up. And guess what? He gonna talk to America. Anyway, after he talks to America, America gonna be destroyed. It's gonna be on fire, and there's gonna be an earthquake. It's gonna be those missiles. Boom, 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 boom. And then Yahushua gonna come. He gonna be shooting laser beams from the chariots. Concentrated fire. This place is gonna go down, man. Go ahead, brother. Exodus 20 and 18.
And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet.
Now this is after the 10 Commandments was given. All right, which is 613 laws. The 10 Commandments was given to Moses, and it was written through the chariots and concentrated fire, laser beams, man. Which is another form of lightning. It's fire. Go ahead, brother. Read that again from the top.
And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking.
Lightnings, thunderings, the actual mountain shaking, man. Go ahead.
And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off.
Go ahead. They were scared. They was afraid, man. When you see an earthquake, you see lightnings and thunders, people now get scared. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. They get scared now. Go ahead.
And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not Yahweh speak with us, lest we die.
Look at that. So they was like, Moses, we don't want to speak to him. You speak to him, Moses. You speak to him. We don't want to speak to the Most High. But before that, they was like, Moses, we want to speak to the Most High. F that. Because Most High was dealing with Moses. There's order in this thing. He was dealing with Moses. But they was like, nah, we want to speak to him. So, all right, sanctify yourself 3 days. Get yourself ready to talk to the Lord. And as soon as they heard the Lord talk, he probably coughed. He probably said, Shalom. Shit started shaking, lightning. They said, oh, the hell with that. We don't want to talk to him. We don't want to talk. You talk to him, Moses. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your face, that ye sin not.
So this thing's about fear. Fear is the beginning of knowledge. The Lord wants you to fear him, because if you fear him, you're going to follow law, statute, commandments. Go ahead.
And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where Yahweh was.
You hear that? And the people stood far off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. And it's heavy because in the storm series, there was always a mist that came, a thick darkness that came, and a cloud. And that's when the lightnings and the thunders. Yo, you don't know the Most High, man. Give me Proverbs 30 and 4, Baba Kusha. We'll bring a couple of scripts out and we're going to close it. Hey, man, this is bad. This is beautiful, man. The Most High is doing this thing. Spiritual power is coming, man.
30 and 4.
Yeah, come, Baba Kusha.
All right. Proverbs 30 and 4.
Come.
Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist?
Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Now, The scriptures talk about that. The Lord, when he comes back, he said he's coming with his chariots and his fire, like a whirlwind to destroy. So all these tornadoes and earthquakes, it's all the Most High. Whether it be these Rothschilds, at least through Satan, having their harp on the left-hand side, or it be the angels manipulating the elements. Don't you know the animals in the Caribbean islands, 15, 20 minutes before a natural disaster, they'll run up the mountain? The angels will actually tell them, listen, there's going to be a natural disaster, and they'll run up to the mountains. You see? This thing is very spiritual. Go ahead. Proverbs 34, start at the top, yeah.
Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell?
So his name is important. The Father's name is Yahweh, and Jesus Christ, the man you call Jesus Christ's name is Yahweh Shai. That's the one and true and only living power. Give me Isaiah 29, and I'll get it. Hold on. Get you 29. You know what? Give me Isaiah 29, 28 and 2. I'm going to read 29 and 6. You get 28 and 2. Isaiah 29 and 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunders and with earthquake and with great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Storms, waters. The Lord destroyed the earth with water with Noah. When you read in Genesis, it tells you he destroyed. That's an element. Now the other element is fire. So he cleansed the earth with water. The second death is fire, the nuclear missiles. That's what's going to cleanse the earth too and judge the earth at the same time. I'm going to read that again. Thou shalt be visited the Lord of hosts with thunder, Lord of armies. Lord of hosts, you got your guns, you got your fire, you got your GATs, you got your AK-47, you got your Apaches. Guess what? The Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, has the angels. He gave the angels power over the elements. It tells us about the angels are ministers of fire. And they're going to come with the chariots, which are chariots of fire, the spirits, and they're going to be shooting laser beams. And they disappear and reappear. You devils are fucking in trouble, man. Then the house of David down here, he's going to give spiritual power to, the mighty men. Thou shalt be visited, the Lord of hosts, with thunders and with earthquakes and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of fire. So that's the Lord, man. And the Lord's going to visit America with fire, the nuclear missiles, with earthquakes, which is going to be those missiles that's going to shake to and fro, like it says in Isaiah 24. Go ahead, brother, read that. Isaiah 28 and 2.
Isaiah 28 and 2.
Come on.
Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and a strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing.
You see that? Destroying winds, waters. That's an element, man. Go ahead.
Shall cast down to the earth with the hand.
Con.